And this will be part 1 to what if Naruto was secretly a girl or female, whichever word you prefer, and was a leopard. No ordinary leopard. A snow leopard. Yeah. Okay. I'm really excited. I always get excited when it comes to new what ifs. Just new ones. I'm excited. I'm ready to make them and give them to you guys. And thank you for Dean. Hopefully I'm getting that right. To let you know, I am terrible at reading new words or names. Terrible. One reason is because I do not know how they're supposed to be pronounced. Yeah, I'm just terrible at that, so you know who you are. What if Naruto was secretly a female? That was you. That was your comment. And I will make what if Naruto was like a girl X Ninetales. I'll make that. It's coming soon. I promise you. Oh Lord. And other what ifs you guys wanted me to do will come out eventually. I promise you guys, I have not forgotten them. But now, school coming, or it's here now. I have already gone to school and came back. It's the weekend, Saturday. Tomorrow will be Sunday, and I won't be able to record because I'll be doing some more homework, studying for a few other things, and yada yada. You are not here to listen to my school life or any of that. You are here to listen to what if Naruto was secretly a female and a leopard. Enjoy! We see a young white furball running through the dark woods. You can see the fear in its eyes. It ran. It was like a blur, a white blur running through the forest. The name of this leopard, her name was Naruto. But she was known as a demon in the village hidden in the leaves. She was the last of her family, or so she believed, a Uzumaki. Uzumakis were known for their sealing and swordsmanship. And really, they were known for their shifting abilities. They could shift into leopards, different kinds of leopards. But in the high class, the royalty, or the heir to the throne of the clan, white leopards were royalty. The queens or kings of the clan. They were treated as gods or goddesses, loved by all in their clan. But the reason why Naruto, one of the last Uzumakis were running was because of the villagers. They were chasing the child. This was her first, maybe the second time she shifted into her leopard form. But she was unaware of that she was running so fast that she seemed like a blur. A white blur blitzing through the dark forest. The moon was clouded by the clouds, making it hard for Naruto to see. But she didn't care. She ran on faster and faster, always looking over her shoulder, praying to any god out there that she wasn't going to be captured tonight. But her luck wasn't on her side. She was tackled to the ground, crushed under the weight above her. She let out whines and yips. She felt a hand grasp at her neck, lifting her off the ground by her scruff. She looked into her captor's eyes. They were a beautiful type of brown, chocolate with golden flickers in them. But what made her terrified was the hatred and the anger burning within the eyes of the man that held her above the ground. "I got the demon!" he shouted out while he threw Naruto behind him. She couldn't catch her feet. She was too weak, too skinny. She didn't have enough strength within her to catch herself. So she landed on the ground on her side. She could feel a bone break. She let out a cry. And in a blink of an eye, villagers of different kinds, men, women, shinobi, teenagers, and maybe elderly, were in the bunch surrounding Naruto. Naruto's fear grew in every millisecond. She was terrified to the bone, maybe even through it. And there commenced the beating of her lifetime. She was beaten so much in her leopard form, she had to shift back in her human form. She was happy that a little cloth covered her lower body, but barely. So they pounced and hit her hard, throwing her against trees, smashing her into the ground, cutting her, slapping, punching, torturing her throughout the night. Just before the sun rose, everybody left but the man who captured her. He stood above her broken form. Her wounds were almost healed. "You took away my sister," the man said with a growl. Hatred bloomed within his eyes. A far tenser hatred and rage grew in every second. He grabbed Naruto's face and lifted her off the ground. He held a kunai and pressed it against, the right side of her face. Before she died, she screamed in agony, just like you did, right? Well, when we started to beat you. And before she was crushed under the rubble, twigs and a bunch of other things cut her right eye. And I'll do the same to you. The man rose the kunai and slashed it against Naruto's right eye, through her eyebrow, over her eye, down her cheek. It burned. It was a different type of. It wasn't usual kunai knives or other weapons that were stabbed or cut in her. It was different. It boiled and it stung. She can hear Kurama's voice saying that he couldn't heal him. There's nothing he can do to heal the wound. The kunai was poisoned. A type of poison that the wound will not heal fully. There will be a scar forever there. But Kurama got to it in time, so the eye will not be, she won't be blind in one eye. The man dropped her and kicked her in the stomach. He laughed and ran away, leaving Naruto on the ground, breathing, barely though, and looked up in the sky just before the moon faded away. She closed her eyes and prayed to wake up in the morning, or prayed for the pain to end. Five hours later, Naruto woke up in the same hospital room that she usually visits once a week. Same white walls, clean windows, a table by her bed, a vase filled with beautiful roses and buttercups. The same blanket that covered her every time she came to the hospital. She came here so often that they made this her personal hospital room, where she would come immediately. And, coincidentally, it was in the best part of the hospital. When you looked out the window, you can see the village in its all beautiful form. See the people walk by with smiles on their faces, a happy gleam in their eyes. You couldn't see the dark, nasty alleyways or the blood that covered the city. Her own blood covered the village, from the alleyways, the streets, and the forest. It covered all of Konoha. There was no part that wasn't covered in her blood. But with all of that, with all the torture she has been through, she loved and cared. She knew the villagers, if she didn't have Kurama in her, she'll be probably loved like everyone. But they're so consumed with their hatred and sadness, they can't see in front of them. They cannot see they're hurting an innocent child who has been subjugated to this fate. So she couldn't hate them. She couldn't bring herself to be angry with the villagers. She knew. She always knew. She hugged herself. Her wounds were completely healed. No scars, no scratches, not even a bruise. But she can feel the wraps that covered the right side of her face. She pulled her semi-long hair down her right eye. She took a mirror and looked into it. To her horror, when she lifted the bandages, a hideous scar covered her face. It was black and purple. It was puffy and disgusting. She wanted to touch it, but she knew it would be painful, so she controlled herself. The only thoughts that ran through Naruto's mind was, I'm hideous. No one will love me with this scar. She covered her right side again and took her hair and also covered it just in case. A tear fell down from her left eye. Naruto was never interested in having a boy's attention like every other girl. No, she wanted to be loved, be an equal with someone, not lovers. She just wanted someone to care about her. But now, with the scar she had, she thought no one will ever love her, even talk to her if they saw the scar that was on the right side of her face. Naruto, sadly, was 5 at the time. A 5-year-old child, scarred for the rest of her life. For that day, Hokage Gigi visited her, asking if she was okay. She, of course, said she was fine. All in all, she was fine. No broken bones. Nothing was wrong with her. She was in perfect health. But from that day on, she covered herself. She made sure that no one ever saw the scar that was edged and cut deep within her face. So she changed. She devoted herself entirely into ninja, to become the ninja, not to become the Hokage, even though she secretly wanted to. She wanted to become the strongest ninja in the entire world, so that everyone knew that she is Naruto Uzumaki, the strongest Uzumaki in the world. Then she wouldn't be in the situation she was that night. She would be strong enough to defend herself. She took an oath that day. She will not be afraid. She will not back down from a fight. She will fight on. And with that oath, with the will of fire inside of her, grew bigger and glowed brighter. She was a symbol of fire. She was the will of fire. And from that, she trained day and night, breaking herself and remending. Break, remend, over and over, until she turned 8. Actually, she continued this process even when she went to the academy. She was always early and all around perfect student. But I'll get into that more when the second episode comes out. That's when we will meet her at the academy. Have a nice day, guys, and I love the video. Hope you did too. Bye!